To this community. This video is part two to a video that I entitled Let Go. Your family is not your assignment. So I want you to watch that one first if it feels good, but this one is also going to give you some beautiful insight to what that video actually was talking about. Essentially, in that video, I was sharing with the community about how many of us, whether you are a teacher, a way shower, a wisdom keeper, a healer, a prophet, a priestess, right? How many of us, especially in the beginning of the journey, you desire to have your family's validation. You desire to have your family support you, purchase your products, ask you about your services, attend your events, and different things like that, right? Many people get discouraged because they are not getting the response that their heart desire from the family. So I want to say this first. Oftentimes that deep desire to have validation from your family, for your family to recognize you first, that comes from a childhood wound. Okay. So it's time for you to go and sit with yourself to say, why am I needing that so much in order me to know that what my mission is, or what my assignment is, or where God has me at right now is so important for me, right? Like sometimes we need to clear that shadow. Sometimes we need to go and sit with that truth to see why we're actually needing that validation. I've been there before. I've had moments where I'm like, I've been doing this work, I've been doing this healing work, I've been helping others on their journey, and my family is not responding, right? I had to feel that. I had to feel what that felt in my body. What I had to do is that I had to take the journey inward and get really honest with myself about why I needed that. And oftentimes it's coming from some childhood residual things where we wanted to people please, where we wanted more attention from our parents or whoever our primary caregiver was, and they just didn't do it. So first, I would recommend, as a mentor, is to go and visit that part of you. Go and speak to that child, that 5-year-old within you, that 7-year-old within you, and you have to now reparent that part of yourself and let that part of yourself know that you are worthy, that what you have to share with the world is beautiful, you are valuable, and you are on your assignment, the assignment that God has given you. And the other piece that I was sharing in that particular video is, you've already done the work in your family. They watched you as you were growing up. They watched you as a teenager. They watched you in your 20s, your 30s, 40s, 50s, wherever you are. They watched you go through molestation and still thrive. They watched you not have money and still somehow God made a way. Right? They watched you go into single motherhood and still be able to raise your kids as well as you could with the tools that you had at the time. They watched you go through so many struggles, right? And they had no idea of how you did it. So be at peace with the fact that your family may not be responding to the beautiful work that you're doing. Your work is expanded beyond the family. It is time for you to go out into the larger community and do what thus saith God. What is God telling you to go do? And you go do that. And if and when the time comes, and like I said in part one, if and when the time comes, and it doesn't have to come, the time may never come, that your family will begin to support you. They may come to you for your services. They may come to you for advice. They may come to you for some other products that you may be putting out into the world, right? When the time comes, will you be available? Will you be willing to open your heart to say, I am here to serve you? And will you be okay to continue your mission if they never come and support you? If they never purchase a book? If they never come to any of your events? Will you continue to move forward in your mission? You are already helping them just by you being who you are in your truth, in your authenticity, on your path, in your light. all of the ways that you have had to travel within your own self to visit your shadows. Nobody knows what it was like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Not mommy, not daddy, not auntie, not your siblings. Only you know. And that process that you took was your pruning, was your cultivating, was so that God can move through you, so that God's power can move through you, so that you can be a light unto the world. So if your family is not cheering you on right now and coming out with all the whistles and the confetti, it to be well within your soul. Allow it to be well within your soul. You have been helping them and supporting them and allowing God to heal them through you, even when you was 5, 6, and 7 years old. The way that you smiled and the way that you sung and whistled through the house, right? You was exploding their hearts even at that time. They may not have had the words to tell you thank you. They may not have even been knowing how they was in deep depression, and all of a sudden the moment you came around, all of a sudden they feeling better, they feeling lighter, they feeling worthy, they feel God's love. You've already done the work. You are complete now. And now it's time to broaden out your community who is ready to receive your wisdom, your teachings, your medicine. I love you, everybody.